These new phones. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Alright. What's going on, y'all? I wonder how this phone works, though. So, that's normal. It's like a trial by fire here. Okay. Everything looks the same. Everything looks the same. Alright, how's it going, man? Hanging in there. Enjoying some desert heat as normal. I'm actually cleaning the truck, and so I finished one project on the truck. My next project is on the trailer, and I don't really feel like going outside right now, so I can kill some time while I wait for, the desert to cool down a little bit more. Can y'all hear me? Like, do I need to speak up or turn my APU off or anything? So I'm using my new phone. I've never done anything with it outside of like, oh, that's different. There we go. I've never done anything outside of this phone besides take some pictures and that's it, honestly. I haven't had time to play with it yet. So I decided to use it for live stream, so it's like a trial by fire kind of deal. But what's going on, y'all? RN, I saw your comment earlier. It's going all right, a lot better than I was yesterday because of the, I actually overheated my engine, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Trucker Rob, what's going on, man? Trucker Rob, you don't call nobody no more? Like, what's up with that? Like, are you doing all right? Shoot. Zot, what's going on? Appreciate the audio feedback. Kevin, what's going on? Thanks so much. All right. So, since audio's good, I'm assuming the lighting's good because I got this light on, so audio's good. Video's a little rough. Oh, good to know. I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. I don't think I can fix that. I tried to use my computer, but I don't know. So I stopped using my PC and switched to my MacBook. So I tried to do a live stream on it using my GoPro, and I played around with that for a while, and that didn't work. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with that. So that's why I just chose to use the phone, because why not? So hey, it is. Oh, just joking. Okay, I was like, okay, good. Miss Sean, what's going on? Reese, what's up? Johnson Logic, how's business of trucking with Landstar? So trucking at Landstar, I don't want to sit back here, so hold on. So trucking at Landstar has been extremely good for me, anyway. I can't really speak on behalf of other people, but as far as I'm concerned, Landstar is going. Hey, hold on, y'all. There we go. Let's not turn the live off by accident. And I did it anyway. Are we back? Alright, we're back. Nope, we're not. Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Bixby.
Stop. Alright. Alright. So, we'll try that, and then if it doesn't work, I'll move the camera somewhere else. But, trucking at Landstar, business at Landstar for me right now has been extremely good. Obviously, I'm still here. I don't really know how to really answer that question a little better. Oh shoot. I'm not sure how to answer that question any better than how business is. Like I'm eating good, I'm getting paid well, I'm doing what I love to do every day. So it's fantastic. Business is good, and I don't foresee myself going anywhere anytime soon. So business is good. I'm enjoying it. Hit the like button. I appreciate y'all telling me hit the like button. I appreciate that. Peyton, what's going on? Tom, how's it going? Fried pickles. That sounds good. I'm starving. Is the Blue Star? Yes. So still at Landstar. Landstar still treating me well. Oh, with the fuel and everything. Good question. So yeah, I'm paying more for fuel. But like the loads that I'm taking pay. I'm not really affected by the fuel. Let's say I can say that. I'm not affected as much. Let me say that. Let me clarify that. I'm not affected as much as with the fuel prices as other people, only for the simple fact that so I run dedicated, which is probably the best I can tell you guys. Since I run dedicated, our fuel stuff is there. You know, the payment works out great. This flatbed is about to come park next to me. It works out great. So like I don't really like, I understand the issues with it that's going on right now with the fuel, but also in that same breath, it's like I'm only affected by it so much because I'm kind of displaced out of the bubble, if that makes any sense. I'm a little protected. I am not in Texas. I am in another desert, and I'm trying to make sure this flatbed is not gonna hit this guy. I'm in another desert, and I don't really want to say. Are you gonna hit him? Are you gonna hit him? Go forward, please. Perfect. All right. What's your biggest regret in trucking? My biggest regret in trucking. That's a good question. I don't think I necessarily have a biggest regret. He's got it. Yeah, he's got it. It's very surprising, but he's got it. Shoot, man. I don't really have a biggest regret as far as like, you know, that I hate trucking or I hated what I did before, which is why I came trucking. Like, I don't have anything like that. So my biggest regret in trucking is probably not being more financially responsible than I am now. I feel like I moved up at a faster pace than most, but I also feel like I've kind of slowed down my progress as well. Like, you know, I've been trucking for 3 years, and I've been an owner operator for almost a year now. I guess in three or 4 days it would have been 1 year as an owner operator. But you know, and I'm just now buying a trailer. Now, I do say just, and I guess I use it kind of loosely, but you know, I feel like if I was a little more financially responsible, I could have already purchased, you know, I could have purchased a truck prior. I could have purchased my trailer way ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I mean by kind of like slowing my progress. Like, I feel like I could have moved at a faster pace if I would like buckled down a little more. You know what I mean? That's probably one of my biggest regrets. Probably not being who I am sooner. Let's see. Biggest regret going 65. Shoot, I go 65 now. Actually, that's not true. I go about 68 to 70 now. But hey, these fuel prices is high. So, you know, even though I'm spending more money in fuel, I like to keep more money in my pocket as well. So I've been doing like 68 to 70. You know, we're legal, obviously. Dreadnought, what's going on, man? I feel like did I respond to you on Discord? I feel like I did. And I feel like you're gonna say no, I didn't, and I'm gonna get ahead of you by saying I apologize. I'm gonna go back and look at it. What's my biggest vice? I knew you were gonna say that. What's my biggest vice in trucking? You know, I don't really have an issue with parking, honestly. Okay, let me take that back. I don't have an issue when it comes to me parking. I have a vice when it comes to other drivers, kind of need or selfishness, should I say, on how they park. You know, I understand being tired. You know, I understand like trying to get from behind the driver's seat. But I've noticed like a lot of people park with like no regard whatsoever to, you know, anyone else. Like I see truckers park all the time. Like like we all know, sometimes, you know, you kind of have to make a spot. But if you still make a spot, you should probably be considerate to the person or to the people that you're blocking in, or, you know, like just small stuff like that. People that park, you know, close the curtains and turn their trucks off, but then they're parked in 2 spaces. Like last night, I backed into a spot, and the guy that I parked next to on my passenger side is kind of angle parking. The guy I parked to on my passenger side literally parked on the line on his driver's side, which made backing into my spot, you know, I mean, it was difficult, but it was more difficult than normal, but, you know, obviously I still got in there. But it was like no consideration for the guy parking on his driver's side, which which was me. And it's like, I feel like drivers are really, I'm starting to notice, it probably has been going on for a while, but me personally, I'm starting to notice how selfish a lot of drivers like act or feel or do things. Like I came into trucking feeling like it's a lifestyle, it's a family, not really family, but it's like a brotherhood. You know, you want to look out for the next driver, blah blah blah. And don't get me wrong, most of it is, but it's a lot of cases where it's like you're literally parking and hindering the rest of the parking lot. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's probably my biggest vice, is just selfish drivers like that. You know, just have some type of consideration for the person parking next to you, because I'm sure he would have been singing a whole different tune if someone besides me backed into that spot and hit him because he's parked over his line, and then he would have been all mad. So I don't know, just a consideration or lack thereof on behalf of other drivers, that really bothers me a lot. That's probably my biggest vice. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded. I only park at truck stops if I have to, off-ramps or rest areas. I generally, as long as I can remember to go grocery shopping prior to going on a trip, I normally find a rest area myself. Truck stops, I mean, I'll park in truck stops. It doesn't really bother me that much. But also, parking at truck stops for me doesn't bother me because I drive at night. So usually when I have to park, you guys are getting up and going to start your day. I'm ending mine. So normally from the time I stop to the time I start, the truck stops are pretty empty, or, you know, either starting to empty or halfway being empty or halfway filling up by the time I start driving. So I don't really have an issue with parking that much. I for the most part, I can keep myself on night shifts depending on how I book my loads. But for the most part, I can stay on stay on the night shift. So it doesn't bother me that bad. Let's see. Preach, yeah. But yeah, I really just want to come on here. I need to get into the I need to get back into the content creating kind of rhythm. And you know, like I was gonna make a video today, like I did when I did the oh, actually I'm on the phone, so I can just take you with me and show you. So I did a little project today. I made a post about it. Let's flip this thing around. Flip this around. Thank you. So I had, let me see. So I had this sleeper control. It doesn't have radio controls on it. So I actually ordered one that did and got it to work. So that was one project I did today and that I was working on. The other stuff, actually I can turn this back around, because I updated where I had my, this phone is really, I updated where my video screen was for my camera system, because it was here. That's why I have this hole here. So I moved it here so I still can access my CB radio. Everything else is about the same. I moved, so this power plug, which goes to my lights, it was over here. So I ran that around and moved it over here so I can, you know, control it at night or during the day. Like if it's bothering me, I can turn it off instead of being forced to drive with it all night. I threw away my top mattress, so now I have all this open now. I took all the cushions off of my seats. I'm gonna wash them. I was in the middle of getting that ready, and then I looked at the time. I was like, well, I already decided I was going live today. Let me do that first before I throw that stuff in the washing machine. what else I had going on? I reprogrammed some parameters on my truck. So I got my little system for the Volvo. I did that. What else? The last thing I have to do would be it's on the trailer. So I cleaned and swept out my trailer yesterday. I'm gonna go install this little license plate light. I've got a license plate light on my trailer. It's got 2 bulbs in it. One of them is out, and I can't find the bulb. So why not, just change the whole thing and just make it LED. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just waiting for it to cool down a little bit. I mean, it's not as bad as it normally is here. It's probably about high 80s, mid 80s maybe right now, but it's been cloudy all day. I just didn't feel like getting up and, but like I said, I looked at the time, realized it was time for me to go live, and I was like, oh, let me do this first. And then by the time I'm done with this, I can go, I can go throw that on. I want to find a better way to prop this up to where it's like not a weird video angle. Can I put it right here? No. I'll put it right here. Kind of. No, not really. Well, I guess I'm gonna hold it for now. I'm gonna work on getting a phone mount for this phone. Cause like the one I have here is really for my iPhone, but as you see, it's pointed too far. Oh, can I just adjust that? See what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird. Like I don't know. I guess I'm just being picky. Anyway, but that's what I've been working on today. Let me catch up on some of these comments. No hippie, what's going on? Solar power truck drivers clogging up all the parking. Exactly, man. Exactly. YouTube before laundry. Priorities. See, Kev, you get it. What's going on, man? It's good to see you at your new company. I can't remember the name of it, but I know you're back doing reefer, and it looks like you are enjoying it. So I'm definitely looking forward to an update video on that now that you started there. Traveling Southern Belle, good to see you. Man, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing all right. You are now an old school owner op. Yeah, I feel like it. I'm sitting here doing stuff like, instead of paying the shop to do it, I can just do it myself. Now, installing that sleeper control, I had an issue with it. And so I called the dealership that's up the road. I'm like, hey, I just came and picked up this part. I plugged it in, didn't work. What's going on? They're like, oh, well, we close at 6, but most of our mechanics close at 4. And at the time, it was like 3. And they was like, how far are you away? I was like, I'm like 10 minutes down the road. She's like, oh, well, we can try and get you in, but, they say that they're not going to stay and wait on you. And I'm like, I'll figure it out, thanks. And I just hung up. So, and I did. I figured it out. So I got to work by myself. It's like, why, if I would have took it back up there, they would have charged me for, what, half hour, which at $165 an hour is, what, 80 to 80, 250, for a 30-minute labor charge for something that I fixed. It probably took me about 4 minutes to fix the issue. But, like, small stuff like that. Like, I'm starting to learn, like, when I was at Prime, company driver, as lease operator, I'm like, something going on with the truck, put it in the shop. Call Prime, put it in the shop, But I've learned, like, shoot, as an owner operator, like, I don't have anyone to lean back on. Like, if something's going on with my truck or trailer now, it's like, it's up to me. Like, I need to call and figure that stuff out. So I've noticed, like, a lot of small stuff that I can handle, like swapping out housing on lighting. Like there's 2 turn signal things I'm looking at in there. I'm considering doing that myself. I could just splice some wires. I bought butt connectors, like some shrink wrap for the yeah, some heat shrink, whatever. Like if I want to do electrical work, if I need to repair some wires. So like I'm starting to become more handy because I'm noticing the more stuff that I learn, the more money that I save. So so I'm teaching myself how to do stuff only for the simple fact that I don't want to spend the money if I can just learn to do it myself. It's so much easier and it doesn't take me that much time. Like that panel probably took me a total, including trying to fix what was wrong with it, which it really wasn't. I just didn't have one of the harnesses plugged in all the way. That probably took me a total 15, maybe 20 minutes to do. You know what I mean? Like small stuff like that I can just knock out myself. So I don't know. nose cam. Sam, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'm good. I've been running and living. I've been back posting. So you are back posting. Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up. I know you took a break there for a while. So I've seen you on, post stuff on Instagram. But I didn't know that you were back posting on YouTube. So I'm gonna go back and catch up on you. Sherman, what's going on, man? How are you? Owner op means do it yourself. Absolutely. Any dash cam recommendations? Yes. It also depends on your budget. Obviously, I'm always going to recommend something that I'm currently using and enjoying, but I've used quite a few dash cam systems. The one I'm using now is the Falcon Eye DVR camera system. I was using the normal one before, but I've noticed with using that one, so it's the one that doesn't have the live streaming option. It's usable. It's just not very user friendly if you need to pull footage off of there. So I upgraded to the live streaming DVR, and now I can access the DVR from like my phone, which I don't know where it is right now. It's back there. So for my iPhone, or since I switched to Keep Trucking, I have my iPad mounted. Right. All right. I'm on my phone. Sorry, y'all. Flip around, Jesus Christ. All right. So now I have my iPad mounted right here. So, whatever this is showing, I can pull up on my iPad, or I can pull it up on my phone, and I have the DVR sitting here. So what that means is if I need to, and I made my last video, I talked about this, but if I need to access the footage for whatever reason, like, something happens, or, this guy backs into my trailer, or this guy backs into my trailer, something behind me, or even going down the road, if I'm driving in my lane and someone crosses into my lane behind me and hits me, I can pull up that footage on my iPad or a web browser, instead of having to find a flash drive, taking the DVR down, plugging in the USB in the back, navigating the menu. And that's another thing that kind of irritates me too, is like they give you these little remotes and you have to navigate a whole menu with these arrow keys, and that's all that you can use. But now I've noticed that they're starting to put, I ordered mine, but they're starting to put a little wireless mouse, much easier to use. But if you're using a flash drive, they only have one USB port, so you have to use the mouse to navigate to where you need to go, and then take the mouse out and plug in the thumb drive and use the remote to download video. So with the Falcon Eye live streaming one, I don't have to do any of that. I literally just pull up on my iPad, click the camera that I want to use, put it in the time frame, click search, and click download, and then it's on, it's in my iCloud anytime I want it. So I've actually been considering implementing that into my videos as well too. I need to check. I just got this iPad, so I need to figure out how much storage is on there. But like if I'm backing somewhere, I can show, the backing angles and stuff like that. I've been considering it, but I haven't fully like decided if that's what I'm gonna do. It might be something I'll do in the future shortly. How much, if you don't mind me asking? Off the top of my head, at least for the live streaming one, I know that one because I just paid for it. So the live streaming DVR, probably all in, if you get the DVR, the monitor similar to what I have, so this is their updated monitor, 3 cameras and 2 SD cards, but I actually have a hard drive now, so probably all in minus install. If you choose to use a professional installer, probably run you somewhere between $800 and $900, somewhere around there maybe. Yeah, somewhere around there. What I need to do with Falcon Eye, because I've actually been working with them pretty close lately, I need to actually start putting links in my videos. They actually gave me a discount code to give to you guys. I just haven't been able to make that video yet. But yeah, if you're interested in the Falcon Eye, I can give you a link, I can give you a referral, or I can give you, I don't remember what the percentage was. I think it was like 11% off or something like that. I'll have to go back in my email and look it up. Again, this is why I haven't made a video yet, because I haven't sat down to, I have time to do it now, but yeah, I can send you that link. Yeah, the affiliate link. Yeah, so I am a Falcon Eye affiliate now, but again, I haven't done anything with it because I haven't been able to sit down and look it over yet. So I signed up, they gave me a code, they gave me a web address, but I haven't posted it yet. So that video is coming. I want to work with them a little bit more to see what I can and can't say. You know, I want to make sure I do it right. I'm not going to just say, hey, go buy this. You know, and the reason why I chose to, you know, work with Falcon Eye is because I actually use their system. I always say, like, if I did YouTube, I wouldn't be one of those people who made partnerships just to make partnerships. Like, I would rather make partnerships for stuff that I'm actually using, and I can provide actually like real world experience with it. So I chose to partner with Falcon Eye because I've used them now for a year and some change. So I'm comfortable with their product. I know how to use it. A lot of the questions that I get asked in my email, I can answer them now. And if I can't, I have a direct line with their IT department and their marketing team to answer any questions, you know, like, so it's, I can say that I'm affiliated with them now because, one, I am, but two, I'm comfortable saying that because it's a product that I can actually stand behind and endorse. So yeah, said all that to say, I will send you guys a link, but I just don't have it right now. But if you can, in the description of this video, if you want that coupon code, send me an email. So my email is in the description of all of my videos. Send me an email and I'll send you my discount code. That's what I can do for you right now until I, you know, sit down with their marketing team, figure out, like I said, what I can and can't say on videos, and you know, make sure I do it the right way. Let's see, 11%. Yeah, I think it's 11%. I'm pretty sure. You have an Amazon store for anything you put on your truck? No, I don't. I don't know anything about that. Southern Belle. I'm not sure. I don't know how to do that. Any of you guys dealt with fuel stealing? No, actually, I haven't. Ironically enough, probably thanks to Falcon Eye. So, no, I haven't dealt with any fuel issues because I have cameras on my truck. So, I don't know. I haven't. I don't know about anybody else, but I actually gotta read this stuff. I stepped on all these wires. So, like I said, I really just wanted to come and chat for a little while. Although it is cooled down now, but I'm not gonna go and do that license plate light yet. But what else have I done? My next video that I need to make is what it's like actually owning your own trailer, because like I've had some resources, like people who own their trailers, you know, so I kind of have like a fallback on someone, like if I have a question about it or anything. But no one really prepares you for what you actually have to pay for with the trailer. So I'm gonna be making, I should probably make that video today, probably after I'm done with that. Like the actual cost of owning a trailer, or I'll take that back. The actual cost of buying a used trailer. You know, it's one thing buying a used trailer. You know, obviously it depends on the trailer, depends on the condition. But you know, if you find a deal, like, it's probably a good idea to figure out what the actual cost of buying a used trailer is. And that's I've got a lot of invoices for that. So I've already had to do 2 electrical jobs on it. I had to replace an axle seal, or axle hub seal. You know what? I'm gonna leave that on the video. So I have to make that video. I have to make my 1-year Landstar video. That probably will come out. Today's the 22nd. And the 20, I'll probably put that on my 1-year anniversary of Landstar, which would be the 26th. So one of those videos will be first. Either my first video will be out on the 26th, which would be that one, and then the trailer video, or vice versa prior to the 26th. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Let's see. Are you gonna explain how you and Travis are always parked by each other? Well, I mean, I'm not parked by Travis now, so no. I can't, because it's not true. So I can't really explain that. Let's see. Yeah, I've been with Landstar for a year, and in 4 days it'll be a year. I would have been here for 4 years. So I don't know. It's like I've got a lot to say about him. I'll just leave it at that. So, I might do that video today and then do the trailer video while everything's fresh on my mind, you know? But anyway, outside of that, man, I've just been seeing those cushions. Now I gotta sit like this. Just seeing, outside of that, just really just enjoying my time here at Landstar, being an owner-operator, you know, keeping my head down, being focused, and, you know, I'm not really going with the motion, if that will. Like, I'm actually thinking and considering what I'm doing before I do it. Like, and when I say that, like, when I book loads, I don't book loads just because it's a high dollar amount. Like, I book a load because it makes sense for what I'm doing or the plan of where I'm trying to get to, you know. Sometimes I have to deviate to go, you know, to a different city for the most part. Or, you know, have to navigate to be in a certain city at a certain time. So, like, there's always a method to whenever I'm booking a load. So there's always, I don't know what I can really say about it that's not giving away the whole video. It's really all about just being mindful, you know, just being mindful of what you're actually doing and not just doing it just because you believe that's how it makes you the most money. Just because it shows a high dollar amount doesn't mean you're getting the best bang for your buck, if that makes any sense. And that's something that I did that you could learn at, you know, I'm going to use Prime as an example. That's where I came from, but you could learn something like that at Prime. I personally didn't. I didn't really learn that at Prime, but I really taught and understood that after I came to Landstar. So, you just, like I said, you just have to be mindful of what you're doing. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I'm probably concerned. He thought I hit him when I was backing up my bobtail. But, you know, whatever. Let's see. My buddy's doing the Machine Gun Kelly tour. Will you ever do one? I don't know. I mean, outside of... yeah, it was a one-off. I can talk about it. Outside of doing Coachella, so I did the Coachella music tour this year for my birthday. I did that one, and I also did a Metallica concert tour since I've been at Landstar. Just those two, though. So I've done them before. They're honestly a pretty good gig, honestly. I really enjoy doing concert tours, but so far those are the only two that I've done. But that's that. Outside of that, though, I can't really talk about them. So it's kind of one of those things. Like if you're in, then you're in. Like, but it's not like they search you out. You know, it's kind of, you have to be like recommended and, you know, have kind of like a good reputation to be able to do concert tours. So it's like, it's kind of like when you're on a good lane, how you don't really want to give away your lane, you know, even though like, oh, you know, how you making money, where you running, you don't really want to give away your good lane. That's kind of what concert tours are like. So I have to be mindful a lot of times when I'm making videos. I have to be mindful of where I am, what's around me, and what I can and can't say, because I need to be sure that, what I'm doing stays what I'm doing and not what someone else is going to do because I talk too much. So that's, once you're in concert tours, then you're kind of in concert tours because you're building that reputation. I thought this dude was about to bust the left turn out of here. Jeez. That's kind of what concert tours like, but I do enjoy doing them. That's for sure. American Trucker, what's going on? Twisted Big D. Yeah, it's been a year, dude. It's been more than a year since I left Prime, though. I left Prime June. I think my last day of Prime was like June 6th, I think. So it's been a while since I've left Prime. But yeah, I've been at Landstar a year. It'll be 1 year and 4 days. Let's see, I just finished a lease at Prime. You can learn to be smart, but you'll always be limited. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I was like, you can learn, how to do certain things as an owner-operator, like at Prime, because that's where I kind of learned. But you're never really going to fully understand it until you're actually doing it and not someone trying to show you how to do it, but also making sure that loads are covered because their supervisor is saying that this load needs to be covered and you're the sucker to do it. You know what I mean? I hate to use the word sucker, but that's how I felt sometimes at Prime. Up until I got load choice. Once I got load choice, I felt much better about being at Prime. But yeah, like, just like you said, Kevin, it's like there's a lot of lessons you can learn at Prime. I learned a lot, and I'm not down talking Prime whatsoever. Like, and I say it a lot in a lot of my live videos and in my regular videos. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here in this Landstar seat if I didn't start at Prime. So I don't really know why people down talk Prime if they're like, if Prime wasn't for them, then just don't talk about them. It's so much easier. You know what I mean? So people are like bitter when they leave Prime, and I just never understood that. But anyway, I'm not going off on that rant. But, a lot of my successes contributed to Prime. I learned a lot. Like, I had zero intention. I'm still going to make a video about it anyway. But I had no intentions of becoming a lease operator or an owner operator for that fact. I was literally just going to be a company driver at Prime. I literally went to Prime to be a company driver, and that was going to be it for me. My first fleet manager is actually the person who kind of pushed me to go to leasing. And then once I got, the bug for leasing, I'm like, I'm ready to own some stuff. So that's where it all started. Like, so when I say Prime is really the contributor to me becoming owner operator, I had no intentions on being an owner operator until someone from Prime told me, like, you should look into being an owner operator. And I'm like, okay. So it's I don't know why I started that rant. Let me see. Oh yeah, about learning, certain lessons that you can learn. So yeah, you can learn those certain lessons at Prime because it is a good place to start. Are you walking to me, sir? Okay. It's a good place to start and actually like get a feel for a lot of stuff, especially, and I know a lot of people won't do it, and I can't really attest to the people who went leasing straight out the gate. But I feel like I have a firmer foundation starting as a company driver as far as stacking on my learning versus like someone starting off as a lease operator. So like I learned a little bit more of the industry as a company driver. I company drove for a year, then I leased for a year, and then I drove as an owner operator there for like 2 weeks, and then one of those weeks I was going home. So it is what it is. Yeah. Prime is a great company to start with. That's what I'm saying. Well, I was very patient on Logic. I landed driving a job at Hirschbach. I'm learning a lot, and I'm on my 6th load. Absolutely, man. You're very welcome, man. I'm glad you finally got on with him, dude. I remember talking to you a couple weeks, probably a couple months ago now. But yeah, I remember telling you that just give it some time. I'm very glad that I hope you're happy at Hirschbach. That's for sure. Been here at Prime 8 months, plan on making the move to Landstar at some point. I came here for lease purchase and get experience, and then they stopped lease purchase. Yeah, I saw that. Um, Funny thing about that. So I'm not gonna say it's because of me, but I'm pretty sure that I was probably the start of that move. So I apologize on behalf of all you guys that can no longer lease purchase. I'm not gonna take full credit for it, but I'm pretty sure a part of that was me because I bought my truck and then I left and then made a video about it, and then a lot of other people did the same thing. So they were losing trucks when the market was down, so and they couldn't get trucks, so they stopped lease purchase. So right when I heard that they stopped lease purchase, this is like thinking about all the people who have reached out to me like oh, like how do I leave Prime? And I'm like, oh, just do this, and they're like, oh, thanks, and they do it. So it's like oh, my bad, I didn't know you guys were gonna stop lease purchasing because people read their contracts. But nah, a whole nother video, dude. So I'm not gonna say I was 100% responsible. I will say, and obviously I'm not gonna confirm it because I have no reason to ask, but I'm pretty sure I probably had something to do with it. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really like the cameras, man. I'm telling you, give credit where credit is due. Yes, yes, yes. So, like I said, Prime, I like Prime, honestly. Would I go back? No. I will not go back to Prime. Yep, 2 months ago, they trained me for 2 weeks in class, 210 hours over the road, and now I'm here. Fantastic, dude. Absolutely. Good job, dude. I'm very proud of you. Let's see. They stopped lease purchase due to shortage of trucks. See. Part of the reason they keep letting me extend the lease. Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yeah, I saw the sister truck to this Volvo. So this Volvo, before I bought it, was 390016. And the reason I had to buy it, well, I didn't have to buy it, but it was either buy it or turn it in and get another truck. But the contract was ending, and they would not let me extend the lease on it. So they were like, either get routed into the yard to turn it in, or you can purchase it, because I had been bothering them about lease purchasing a brand new Volvo. So they called me and offered me to buy this one, and which was fine. So I bought this one, but just recently, I want to say it was like last week, I think, I saw 390013 still on the road a year later, because all these trucks got bought at the same time. And so I was like, if we could have just been extending leases, I would have just extended my lease. Well, that's probably not true. I probably still would have bought this truck and left. So I actually wasn't going to. I didn't plan on leaving Prime for at least a year. It was Prime's fault that I left, though. So, but I already made a video about that. You blame me and a few others. Those few others are probably friends of mine. Don't say it was my fault. I might have had an inkling to do with it. I don't say it was my fault. I mean, I maybe just had a hand in it, It's just, but this is all pure conjecture, so I can probably say that I had nothing to do with it at all, and it was just a business decision that they needed to make because of a shortage of trucks. That's about it. So, see, but Aryan, it wasn't a loophole, and that's the thing. There was no loophole in the contract. People just don't read contracts, and I can't really blame them, because, I can blame them 100%, absolutely 100%. Oh, Charlie, man, thanks so much for the super chat, man. Thanks, Johnson Logic, for your inspiration. See you on the road between the mustard and the mayo. Absolutely. I can't wait to run into you. I love running into you guys. I've been stopped even though excuse me. Even though I haven't been uploading as consistently as I used to, I still run into a lot of people that follow me on YouTube. I get stopped in fuel islands at least, I could say, probably once or twice a week if I'm rolling. I probably get stopped at least once a week or once every other week. But a lot of you guys come up and talk to me, and I really appreciate it. I love meeting you guys, especially if I had the time to sit down and talk and have a meal with you guys and just chat. I love being able to see it. So like, if y'all ever see me on the road, like, if I'm not talking to someone, even if I'm talking to someone, just come up and say something. Like, I had an email before where someone was like, "This is about to get sketchy." Because this guy is looking for somewhere to park. So I can never understand. Again, that goes back to what I just said at the beginning of the video. People are so selfish. Truck drivers are so, like, people are just so selfish. They're entitled. Some, not most, some. But anyway, it made me completely forget what I was talking about. Yeah, come up and chat with me if you ever see me on the road. One of my mutual friends for sure. I don't know which one that would be. Skeletor, what's going on, man? I've learned a lot from you and Travis from your Prime videos, and still learning. It's absolutely free information. You're absolutely right. I need to call Travis. I gotta call him. I want to see how his birthday was. So Travis's birthday was last Saturday. Yeah, it was last Saturday. So we've talked. We've talked. We've hung out a while. I need to call him though. I haven't talked to him all day. But if any of you guys would like to replace Travis as one of my best friends, shoot me an email, because he don't be talking to me no more. But yeah, I need to call and check up with him. I got into it with one being rude to another driver. Yeah, it's like, I don't get other drivers, man. Like, we're all out here doing the same job, literally just trying to make it from one parking spot to the next. And it's like, oh, this is my parking spot. I saw it first. Okay. Like, I probably got into a situation like that like twice. And I literally just moved 2 spots over to another open spot. Like, you know what I mean? Why do drivers feel entitled to stuff all the time? I don't know. Do I need my hazmat endorsement to lease onto Landstar? Yes, you do need your hazmat endorsement. I only have my tanker's endorsement. So tanker is optional here, but it will limit you on the amount or some types of hazmat that you can haul. So let me rephrase that. The hazmat endorsement is required at Landstar, but you are not required to haul hazmat at Landstar. It's completely optional. You pick your own loads. I get that question a lot, actually. So you need the endorsement strictly because Landstar is a hazmat hauling company, and that is the only reason. If you don't want to haul hazmat, then don't. You know. So I get a lot of questions like, "Oh, I don't want to drive for Landstar because they force you to haul hazmat." Like, if you ever been at Landstar, you would know no one's forcing you to do anything. Like, if you don't want to work, don't book a load. Like, no, Landstar won't call you. You know, now unless if you're going into negatives like thousands of dollars and you don't show any plans on returning back out, then yeah, they'll call you like, any plans to get back on the road? You know what I mean? Outside of that, Landstar doesn't book my loads. Like, I book my own loads. If I want to haul hazmat, I find a hazmat load. If I don't book a hazmat load. It's so, like, man, some of the questions I get about Landstar, man, like along those lines, it's like, like, oh, what, I think one of my emails was like, what's your dispatcher like at Landstar? And I was like, I don't know. It kind of depends on what he had for breakfast that day. You know what I mean? Like, small stuff like that. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, well, this morning I had a cereal bar. So, I feel like running a light load. I'll run a light load because I dispatch myself. Like, I don't have a dispatcher. So it's like, there's a lot of people that I'm learning that every company that they go to, they have like a fleet manager or dispatcher, or whichever one is DM. I think it's driver manager. I learned that one recently. But some companies have that. Landstar is not one. Now, depending on what you do here at Landstar, like if you do one of like the Walmart accounts, then yeah, Walmart will dispatch you. But if you're just running the load board, you dispatch yourself. And now, if you're running for another BCO, sometimes that BCO will dispatch you for you. A lot of times they just pay you your percentage and you book your own loads. So like, it's the same concept regardless. Like, there's no dispatcher here. But I get that question a lot, actually. Let's see. Currently sitting on the side of the road with a trailer tire that came off. Oh, that's how I got time to watch this live video glass half full. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry about your trailer tire, man. Let's see. Troy Allen. Good evening, drivers. What's going on, Troy? Landstar does not employ truck drivers. They partner with owner-operators to move freight, is my understanding. You are absolutely right. And it's literally in the name. So, I'm a BCO. If you generally look at a Landstar truck, there is a BCO in that truck, unless there is a driver for a BCO. None of us drive for Landstar. We're all contracted with Landstar. So, it's like, Landstar doesn't employ drivers. Exactly what Zot just said. Like, Landstar doesn't hire drivers. Like, Landstar doesn't, I mean, they have some dedicated Landstar freight, but it's not, we don't have company drivers. Like, the only company drivers we have is if a BCO has a fleet and you chose to drive for a BCO, then you will be a company driver per se. And I'm kind of using that loosely because that's still not really a company driver. You're just driving for another BCO. So there you go, Kevin. Thanks. Business capacity owner is what BCO stands for. We are all 1099ers. All of us. Like, there's not a single... I take that back. I think if you have been at Landstar for a long time, and I mean a long time, and I just learned this recently, that Landstar has union drivers, but they were union 20, 30 something odd years ago. So I think there's like a handful of those guys left. But like, anything outside of that, we're 1099. So we don't have company drivers or anything. We're owner operators. So literally what Landstar pays for is their trailers. Anything else is on you. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, everything else is pretty much on you. So, Panda, what's going on, dude? I spoke to a guy who's an owner operator and told me he is leased on. Do you know anything about that? Yeah. Oh, leased on to Prime? Yeah. So, when I bought my truck from Prime, I actually had to end or terminate my lease contract and enter into a leased on contract as an owner operator. So yeah, if you have the title to your truck, you're contracted with Prime. So so leasing at Prime and owner operating at Prime are different in namesake. So like, lease operator, like you're a contractor, but you're driving a company truck. And owner operator, you're driving your own truck, but you're just using someone else's authority. That's what leased on means. So like, for us BCOs, we're leased on to Landstar because some of us are using Landstar's authority, some are not, but my tractor is leased. Actually, my tractor and trailer are leased on to Landstar because I pay for my own insurance, but I'm using their authority. So my tractor and trailer are leased on to Landstar. So that's the difference between, being a lease operator and owner operator. It really kind of doesn't matter where you are. They kind of float the same way. What is the weekly payment to rent a trailer from Landstar? If it is a dry van or a regular flatbed, it's included in the percentage. There's no set rate to rent a trailer from Landstar. I always say it's included in their percentage that they take out of the line haul. The reason why is because when I bought my trailer, my percentage went up. So take the trailer away and use their trailer, my percentage will go back down. So I always say it's included in the percentage that they take out. What that actually is, There's no weekly rent. The only time that there's a weekly rent is if you're pulling step deck. So step deck, you actually have a weekly rent, and I don't remember what it is, and I don't want to guess an amount because I don't want you guys to take my word for it. Like, oh, Johnson's logic lied to me. No, I didn't. I don't pull step deck, so I don't know what it would be. I really want to say I read somewhere. Now, do not quote me on this. You probably would like to find a step deck driver that hauls for Landstar, but I believe it's like $120 a week. I don't believe. This is a wild guess, and you should probably either call someone or find out somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not a credible source for that. But yes, Panda's right. You don't rent your trailer. You don't physically rent it from trailer. I just believe it just comes out of your line haul. Landstar is a tool used by owner operators to move freight by making their own decisions. Absolutely right, Troy. Absolutely right, Kevin. So riding with Kev is right. So 7% is the trailer rent, because once I bought my trailer, I get paid 7% more. So yeah, 7% would be the trailer rent. But as far as, like with the payment bottom line dollar of a trailer rent, we don't have that unless you're pulling step deck. So what made you buy a trailer? Finding it worth it? I will briefly answer this question only because I plan to make a video about that actually. But did I find it worth buying my own trailer? For what I do, yes. And also, so this is the way that I looked at it. This is my thought process on buying it. So my Landstar trailer, 672145. The reason why I still remember that trailer number, I've had that trailer for like 9 months. I don't do dropping hooks. It was a brand new trailer, and I didn't see a purpose of doing dropping hooks. I did just fine with doing just straight live loads and live unloads. The only thought process I had behind it is when I needed something fixed on the trailer, sometimes I had to wait for authorization. And, if it's the middle of the night, you're not getting that authorization. And that's one thing probably about Landstar that's like, you guys probably look at that. But their trailer, anything trailer related, if it's not before like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like they do have people that answer the phones, don't get me wrong, but their department is severely limited on what they can authorize. Like if it's one tire, they'll authorize that. But if you like, I don't know, I never had like a major repair that I needed on that trailer like that, but usually Monday through Friday, like 7 a.m. to about 6 p.m. That's your time to call Landstar for what you need them for. Outside of that, you're gonna be on that hold. Yeah, you're definitely gonna be on hold for sure. One of the benefits for me buying my own trailer is if I need something fixed on my trailer, I go fix it because it's my trailer. Like, what's Landstar gonna do about it? So that's just a little bit more control over stuff. Like, I don't have to sit and wait for authorization for stuff. If I want to put a tire on it, I just go buy a tire and put it on. If I need a repair, I don't need to find a preferred shop. Well, not a preferred shop, but I still, dude, you're dead serious. I'm about to do this too. Like, some people are just too good to back up. Golly. Sometimes I look for recommendations for shops, like if I need any repair work done. Or, he must be watching my stream because he definitely just changed his mind. That's funny. If I need work, like I just look up a mechanic in my area and go get the work done. I don't need to really wait for anyone to tell me like, can it wait till Monday? Like, no, it can't. I would like to get it fixed today so I could book another load and keep going. So that's basically just having more control over my trailer is really just the simple fact of why I bought a trailer. On top of, I get 7% more of my, of my revenue. So, it's a win-win. Like, I get more freedom with my own trailer, and I get paid more for doing so. So the way that I looked at it is Landstar is literally paying me to own my trailer, because that's what they're doing. They're paying me 7% to own my own trailer. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I was already doing nothing but live loads and unloads anyway, so yeah, it made sense for me to buy my own trailer. Also, like taking home time and stuff with a company van, it's kind of hit or miss. It really depends on how long you're going to be at home. But if you're home for longer than what needs to be, they'll call you to come get that trailer, you know. And now when I go home, I can go home for the rest of the year if I wanted to. Landstar's not going to call me unless, like, you know, my fixed cost gets too high. Then they're like, hey, do you want to pay this? And I'll, either say yes, or yes, I'll, write you a contract, or no, I'll book a load and get paid that way, either way. So with me having my own trailer, if I want to take a bunch of time off and leave the country for a few weeks, I can just go do that. And then when I come back, my trailer will still be attached to my truck. So it's kind of just a freedom kind of thing. How long have I had my own trailer? It is currently the end of June. I bought my trailer the middle of May. So about a month. About 5 weeks I've had my trailer. Do you only haul hazmat? No. Judith, what's going on? Does Landstar require your personal trailer to be less than 10 years old? The Landstar, the trailer has to pass inspection. My trailer is a Oh, he's doing a pull-through. It's the same guy. He just looped back around the parking lot and is doing a pull-through from the other side of the parking lot now. My trailer is a 2000 utility trailer, and it's 2022. And it's definitely got a... like, I've had to do some repairs on it, and yeah, I'm making that video, but I've had to do some repairs on it. I feel like I got a good deal on it, but now that everything mostly has been fixed, I'm in the recouping phase of taking loads now with my trailer, basically just making my money back that I've spent on getting it all the way right. So yeah, so far it's been worth it. Just Trucking has a good trailer shop after his wheel seal failed. His wheel seal fail? Excuse me. I watched Justin, but I don't think I need to go check my notifications for his channel. I know he's a consistent uploader though, but I haven't got a notification for his channel for a long time now that I'm thinking about it. I think the last time I watched his channel, he was getting a rebuild done on the W9, which was, I think, the last video I saw. I'm glad you brought that up. I need to go and look at that. Yeah, I used to watch Justin because he's actually watched me before. Okay, I do remember that thumbnail though. He had the fire extinguisher out, and he was on the side of the road with the fire extinguisher spraying the hub on the trailer. I do remember that. What do you think about becoming an owner-operator in this climate? It's a tricky question, man. That's a tricky question. That's a tricky question. I would be hard pressed to say. I would probably try and wait. If you can afford to wait to become an owner operator, then doing it right now. Obviously, if it's your only choice and you're down set to do it, then yeah, become an owner operator. But also, and actually, Michael, you're exactly right. If you can become an owner operator right now and be an owner operator and be successful, then you were made to be an owner operator. So yeah, if you can make it in what we're experiencing in this industry right now, if you can make it now, like some of us are, yeah, then you'll be great. But I know, like I said, I know some of us who are doing okay in this industry right now, but I also know many, many more that are not doing well at all, selling trucks and trailers left and right. As y'all can see, the market itself steady drop. Like, and that's probably one thing I do beat myself about with my trailer is man, if I would have just waited like 2-3 more weeks, I would have got a better deal. So I'm definitely happy with my trailer, don't get me wrong, but if I would have just waited like 2 more weeks, I would have gotten a better deal. But it's all right. It's all right. Do you have a weight scale on your trailer? No, I don't. And I was going to put one on, but then I realized I don't book anything more than 32,000 pounds, 35,000 pounds. Excuse me. So I don't really see a point of putting the weight scale on my trailer because I have my load scale from Prime. I have it for my drive tires. As long as I get that towards 34,000, which is how I haul my loads anyway. Now, if I'm in the 12th hole and my drive scale is still showing me at or really close to 34,000 pounds, I'll go get an actual cat scale because something's wrong with that load or someone lied. So, but outside of that, I generally pull a light. I did find a scale that it was at a utility dealership, and it was like $400 or $500. I was really interested in them putting that scale on my truck or my trailer at the time. I just didn't. I don't know why I chose not to. But I might see if I can find another utility dealer and see if I can get that scale. But as of right now, like I said, I pull light. Since I've been at Landstar, I can quite literally say I have gotten three cat scales since I've been at Landstar. 2 of them I was loaded, and 1 of them I was empty because I was getting the empty weight after I bought this trailer. I normally don't pull heavy, so I don't really need a scale. As long as I'm on the heavier side on my drives, I'm good. I just run it because I stay away from loads that are higher than 40,000 pounds. So recently had a wheel bearing fail on his trailer and then it warped the spindle, so he had to get a major repair. Okay. I actually had something similar to that on my trailer. Valentine! Hola, amigo! I need to get my hazmat and come on over. You are having too much fun. I am having a lot of fun at Landstar. So, and that's actually why, again, that's why I have all this stuff in shambles right now. Because I'm planning to redo the inside of the inside of the back. I didn't know that was open. So I want to redo the interior of it, and what I mean by that is, like, I want to take that out. I want to take this out, the fridge, both these drawers out. I'm probably going to take that whole cabinet out. There's a lot of stuff I want to take out and add in differently. I don't want to talk too much about that, though, because I don't know the timeline for it. But basically, I want to redo the interior. The first step was taking that mattress out from the bottom, so now it's all open. My next step is probably to take that top bunk down entirely, but I don't know yet. So I'll as the channel progresses and I continue on my my journey, I'll keep you guys in the loop of what I do with it. Let's see. I think there will be a lot of trucks and trailers coming up for sale next 6 to 12 months, and the price will drop. Yes, I strongly agree with you. I strongly agree with you. Actually, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I agree with you. I scale every load unless I'm really light. Yeah, I don't. As long as my bills say that I'm under, usually if I'm under 41,000 pounds, then I'm good for that. How much do I weigh empty? Golly, I don't know where I put that scale ticket because I got my truck torn apart. Actually, I can tell you because I remember how much weight I can put on my trailer. So if I do 80,000 minus, that's not minus. Need my glasses. Minus 4, I can put 47,000. Is it 47,000? So my truck and trailer empty is 33,000 pounds. Because when I got that scale, I did the math, and I can load 47 10,000 pounds of product. You know, myself, full tank of fuel and DEF with all of my stuff on. I'm 30,000 pounds empty. So yeah. Oops. All right, so I'm assuming the temperature is down. Let's find out. I want to need some water, Jesus. Okay, so the temperature is coming down. I want to do this license plate light before it gets dark. I'm going to hold tight at prime for now. Not going to get rich, but steady freight, steady money through this upcoming recession. There is a recession coming, that's for sure. Yeah, if you can tolerate where you're at for now, just ride it out. You know, ride it out. That's one thing I had going for me is I made this move before things were getting bad. So, like I said, I'm doing fine. But y'all know my rules for an hour live. I went 11 minutes over. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up so I can do this license plate light and probably these 2 turn signal lights on this trailer, and then I'm good to go. So thanks you guys for stopping in, for all your questions. I'm glad I could help some of you guys out. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, drop me a comment down below. You know, you guys know the deal. And as always, like I always say, if you're thinking you guys might as well do it logically, I'll catch you guys on the next one, and y'all be safe.